Hey folks, it's your buddy Mike Messier, and what a treat. We have a very special first time interactive What's in the Box. And I really want to thank the gentleman that's on the screen with me, Adam DeMouy, and you're in Florida too, right, Adam?
That's right. Yeah, I'm around Pensacola, so on the Panhandle.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Well, that's I heard there's gambling in those parts. Like a casino.
Probably a lot of sports betting going on. College football is pretty big up here, so.
Nice. Well, Adam, this is very exciting. What a great guy you are, buddy. Subscribe to Mike Messier fan because you've actually sent me a gift box, which I really appreciate.
Yeah, this oh, not your piece fell out. This gift box is some goodies that got from All Out.
Nice.
When I went All Out in Chicago to the CONRAD VIP extravaganza.
Well, that's pretty cool, man. I wanted to ask you. Let's talk a little bit about that. We'll build up the suspense because Conrad, as you might have seen, I've interviewed him for the old Messier Mantra. CONRAD THOMPSON has been a guest on Messier Mantra, although he never retweeted it like he said he would. But that's okay. We'll forgive him.
I've watched the whole interview. So.
Yeah, he's never retweeted it, is what I'm saying. Conrad himself, but he's a busy guy.
That was in the early days. So.
Yeah. And how was that experience? The all-out, the CONRAD THOMPSON experience. How was it, buddy?
It was interesting to say the least. I mean, it was a big auditorium that it kind of was in. I guess a dining hall at the Hyatt Regency in Chicago, and there was a lot of special guests that were there, and there was a lot of other supporters from his ad-free empire that were there. There were
Bischoff was there.
Bischoff was there. Kurt Angle was there. Shivani was there. Double J was there. Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah, his podcast is really a lot of fun. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I wish he would come out of his shell more and stop being he's kind of cagey on some issues, you know. I don't know if he's telling the truth, you know, too much there.
He's still got some promoter in him.
Yeah, you know, he's got some of his daddy in him, so whatever. Yeah.
I find that Jarrett's podcast, although he's not the best speaker, because sometimes he starts a sentence and he makes like 3 or 4 sentences before he finishes the first one, but I find him to be more interesting than, say, Kurt Angle, who seems to hold the company line a little bit too much for my taste.
Because he probably thinks he's going to get called back or something.
Yeah, he doesn't want to offend anybody. He doesn't want to offend Vince.
Yeah.
Our buddy Carl chimes in. He grilled chicken and steak ribs. That's always good, Carl. Good to hear it, buddy.
Wearing my AEW All Out shirt too, by the way.
Oh, nice, man. Well, I got the Elite shirt.
Okay.
So let's do this, buddy. Let's open up this box. Right. I really appreciate it. It's the first time ever gift box, and I hope that this inspires other subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel subscribers to do their part. Carl, you should send me a box. Shane McKenna should send me a box of goodies. I'm expecting everyone to follow Adam's lead here. What a nice guy.
I hope it's all there.
I hope it's not a box of chocolate chip cookies, so they would have melted in the sun today. It was still about 75 degrees here today, maybe even more.
I think you can use some things that are in here.
All right, awesome. I do like chocolate chip cookies. They would have melted in my car. But
I didn't wrap this. The UPS store wrapped it. So.
Okay. Well, I'm being ginger. If there's anything that's breakable, it's not going to get broken because I'm being very ginger with my openings. Can people see the opening properly? Because I know that's the excitement.
Yeah, they can see it.
What have you enjoyed on the channel, Adam? What's been some of your favorites? If you can ask real quick.
I like all your Mike's meals. I like your Buc-ee's reviews. I mean, because I go to Buc-ee's a lot too. So.
Oh yeah, Buc-ee's great.
You know, I like those. I like your movie reviews and how you dissect them. You know, a little bit, and you know, talk about the plot and you know why the director may have done what he did in the movie.
I appreciate that, buddy.
Yeah, the Mike's Meals, and you know your documentary, The Distance from Avalon. You're like filmmaker documentary.
Yeah, Disregard the Vampire.
Disregard, yeah, that was really good. I mean,
thanks, buddy. Yeah. Still working on that thing, trying to get. So what it was is that Disregard the Vampire was originally supposed to be a narrative. That became a documentary. And in the years since, I've rewritten it to be A Distance from Avalon. And I just did that Seduction of Distance monologue. So there's a lot of different like side projects to it. But I'm going to send you a book. I'm going to send you a copy because I've got your address now of the A Distance from Avalon book.
I have bought the book.
Oh, you already bought the book.
I am one of the one of the avid watchers that did buy the book from Amazon. So I gotta buy the basketball one now. Though.
Oh yeah, the Kindle Vella. Well, I'll send you something, man, because I really appreciate this. What a thoughtful guy. We'll have to meet up at Bucky's sometime. So first of all, Adam has provided a giant bag. So not only what's in the box, adfreeshows.com, CONRAD THOMPSON, his empire. He's a good guy. Let's see what we got here. First, I'm going to be very ginger with this. I'm not going to screw this up because this looks really nice. I'm going to get a nice flat holder for this immediately. This looks really cool, man. This is great.
Yeah, it probably got a little bent, but you can straighten
It's okay.
that out.
I'll figure it out. I'll flatten it. That's Bruce and Eric with the LOD head shoulder pads.
Yeah, that's right.
Good old Conrad in the CM Punk pose. Jim Ross and Tony Schiavone. Is Schiavone doing Paul Ellering from the LOD?
It looks like he's got a walled up piece of paper there or something. I guess that's the it looks like it. Yeah, and then
I think Schiavone's in Paul Ellering mode, and Jim Ross is in Jim Cornette mode. I think, and then you got the LO. It looks like the other set of LO, like the Road Warrior spikes on. That's Arn Anderson,
maybe.
and the blonde guy is the guy
Jarrett,
from NXT.
Or
Yeah, Jarrett, right.
yeah.
I was thinking of who's the guy that was in NXT that I did the thread with the guy that's going to save wrestling. Can such and such save wrestling? You know what I'm talking about. Champion.
Oh, the champion guy. Mm-hmm.
His wrestling name is Champion something.
Yeah, and
He used to be tag team with Cesaro on Ring of Honor. Cesaro's partner in
I don't know.
the Kings of Wrestling guy. Anyway, but you know what I'm talking about. The Kings of Wrestling.
Yeah. I know who it. I know who it is. The image of it is, but I just can't think of his name.
Right.
I think that's Paulie B. That's like his Conrad's assistant at the top.
Okay, it says top guys. Yeah, that must be it. That's nice, man. Thanks. Appreciate it, buddy. I actually have the CM Punk bumper sticker like that of CM Punk. That's funny.
Yeah, when he does the pipe bomb interview, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's on my one of my top sections. Well, great, man. Thanks. Let's start us off. Let's see what's next. Very exciting, buddy. Appreciate it.
Some of the stuff in here was at the All Out weekend, but some of it was stuff I got just for you, and I threw in there as well.
Well, that's really nice of you, bro. I appreciate that. This is great. I was looking at it for a moment. Oh, look, you even put the lights on for us. This Ric Flair. Now, is this a magnet?
Yeah, it's a magnet for your car. You put it on the back of your car.
That's awesome, man. Thanks. Is it a bumper? Will it stick to the car?
Yeah, it'll stick. It'll stick to any metal.
It's awesome, buddy. Thanks. I just don't want anyone to take it.
And Schiavone holding the mic, like he always did.
I would definitely put it on the car. I just don't want anyone to walk away with it. That's great.
The mic that Schiavone's using there to interview Rick, I own that microphone.
Really?
And I had Schiavone sign it, and then at Ad Free Shows, I had David Crockett sign it. So I have that microphone.
It does stick to the vehicle. I just tried.
There we go. There we go. I mean, I don't know if you want to put Rick on there now with all that stuff that's come out recently about Rick. I don't know. This plane ride from hell, he might get dirty looks. But
that's true. But I'm afraid someone's going to steal it because they like it so much. There he is.
Oh my God!
And I was actually careful not to show my license plate on camera.
Okay,
I'm afraid of people coming to get me.
That's right.
Well, that's really cool, man. Thanks.
Feds will be after you.
I have talked about the Flair thing. I don't know what to say. I mean, it's hard for people to believe him when he says he never did anything because there's so many stories already. Like even the WWE had that animation of him doing stuff. Now this is great too, man.
Oh yeah, that's a Four Horsemen foam finger.
You might just walk around with this all night.
Yeah, I mean, next time you go to Daly's place, you just take that with you and hold it up.
That's awesome, buddy. Thanks, man. really appreciate that.
Because that was real nice too during the whole COVID thing when you were going to the wrestling shows. A lot of us, were trapped or we couldn't go to these events. So seeing you go to the events kind of kept us more with it,
More engaged, yeah.
Engaged, yeah.
I tried to do that because I figured people were going through a lot of stuff, and if they can just kind of get some enjoyment out of like the Fan Fest thing, the Artifacts room was especially really cool because they had the Brody Lee tribute. We're getting into one of my favorites, buddy, is the shirts.
Oh yeah, these are all the 2 shirts are custom made from a friend of mine. So I
give him a shout out, man. Because this is perfect.
Well, his shop has since been canceled. Because that's Ole Anderson there, giving the pointing the finger. But his shop was in Jacksonville. He online shop, but I guess maybe he had some copyrighted material on there. I'm not gonna say. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, pointing right at you. That's
it's really perfect, man. Because a lot of people have compared me. Even my buddy Eric there has compared me to Ole Anderson as far as the gruff anger, which I appreciate that. This is really cool, man.
Oh, there's more. There's more. There's more. There's more. There's more.
It's awesome, man. Let's see what's happening next. Hey, Adam, let's take a second to you do some podcasting too with Conan and Disco. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, I'm one of their top tier supporters on their Patreon, on the Keeping It 100 show, and with that, I get to come on all their roundtables. And by roundtables, they have after AEW and Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. Usually on Fridays, they have a roundtable where you can sit in with Disco and Conan, and you can discuss all 3 shows in depth. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool access because then you can get on the show. You can become part of Keeping It 100, and you can get as a fan. You can give your thoughts, about the show, and being able to have that close interaction with them is really awesome. And they're really good guys. So
I saw Conan get pile driving by Tully and the FTR at Daly's place.
Yeah,
that was one of the things I went to. It was like a Saturday. Here we go with another shirt, everybody.
Oh yeah, this is really nice. This is a nice one.
Let's see what this is. Oh wow.
Yeah, that's the Four Horsemen, the original.
Ole Arn. Oh my God. Hey, your friend there. I wish he was back in business, man. Maybe we'll reinvest his business or something. But you got Rick, kind of like on top, and then you get Ole with the point, and Arn and Tully and JJ, the original Horsemen.
And if you hold that shirt back, you'll notice that Flair's wearing the blue robe.
Right.
The famous blue robe from the NWA, and
nice.
That's the blue feathered robe, and then the rest of his guys are below him. Yeah.
Did you see my Baltimore Crockett Cup Memories video, Adam?
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm pretty old school, man, when it comes to now. This looks.
You were driving, I think, when you did that one. Yes.
Yeah, I've Rhode Island. I like doing the wrestle rides. I knew New England so well when I was up there that I felt pretty safe doing the wrestle rides. Some people have expressed concern for my health, which I appreciate. So I try to do the park now. I try to park before I do the ride. Sometimes I still do a ride video, but it's actually pretty safe because to me, I'm not really looking into the camera that much. You know what I mean? But I don't want to get people upset. This looks great, man. And this will be good for this type of...
Yeah, the winter. I said the winter's coming up. He's going to need something.
Thanks, brother.
There you go. Great, that's an official AEW.
It's nice, too.
Nice cotton sweater jacket there.
It's awesome, man. Right size, too. Thanks, buddy. Good. Thank you, bro. It's awesome. All elite.
Yeah, you can mark out.
Have you, Adam, with AEW... Do you feel like it's reinvigorated wrestling on both sides of the divide? To me, even I'll let you answer first, and then I'll comment. You go ahead.
I think it has because there's a guy that's willing to pay money for talent, and if I grew up around the WCW WWF time, and when you had that other option. It just made everybody better. It made everybody want to be better for themselves because they were thinking, obviously, well, if I'm the best at what I'm doing, I'm going to get the most money for it, or get paid the most and try harder,
That's
and
right.
I think everybody's trying a lot harder,
If you compare the WWE the last month, has been better than say a 2017 Raw when they had no competition.
Yeah, because you could ask anybody what happened 3 weeks ago on Raw. No one would know.
Right, right. But I mean, I don't. As we know, I don't watch every Raw and SmackDown religiously. But 2021 WWE is a lot better than 2017.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Let's see what we got next.
Oh yeah, we got more things in here.
Tony Schiavone, man, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, the freshly squeezed koozie, there for your. I don't know if your workout little twirly shake glass is going to fit in that, but maybe something else can.
The drink,
your Nick Aldis cup or whatever.
Right. The mixed drink.
Okay.
Awesome,
these are official. These are official Double J Jeff Jarrett sunglasses.
Oh, that's great.
That he wore with his slap nuts gimmick. With the guitar. And I thought about it, I said, man, Mike wears those yellow tinted glasses all the time.
Yeah.
You probably wear these.
These are pretty good. I like them.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So
you need a guitar and you need to find Beetlejuice and just hit him over the head.
Oh God, that was the best. All right, man, I appreciate this. I like to read wrestling books. I've done wrestling book reviews, the Nick Aldis book review, and Matt and Nick Jackson, Young Bucks, killing the business from backyard to the big leagues.
Yep.
Adam, I once saw them wrestle in Cranston, Rhode Island, and probably like 500, 600 fans. And it wasn't that long ago. It was maybe 2016. And Samoa, might have been 15. Samoa Joe was on the show in his last match before going to WWE and NXT.
That's cool. Yeah, I used to follow him a lot on the West Coast because I was a member of NoDQ.com. An old school member with Aaron and all those guys.
Rift,
And when they had XVW and their little shows out there, I used to follow them. And the Young Bucks were young back there. They wrestled out of Rancho Cucamonga. That's just south of LA. So they were always on their shows and doing interviews and AJ Styles and all that stuff. And so I've kind of followed them early on in their early days, and I kind of lost track of them a little bit. But then, there's some really good pictures in there.
They've grown on me. I'll be honest with you. Like I did a video even from Long Island when I was visiting my friend who since passed away. The toughest from Tough Enough, and I had just watched them super kicking a 9-year-old, and I was pretty upset about it. So I did a video about it, but then I think my friend Tommy DiNucci made a good point. They're better as heels. Like they're pretty good as heels. To me, it's kind of like a Midnight Express thing. Like they're so annoying, you want to punch them. I think they work great as heels myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do too. And I got to watch them, at All Out. I went to All Out. I got to see them in the cage match with Pentagon, and
oh, nice.
Being live there and watching it, everybody hated them. They were the heels. They were the just that crappy tag team that you just hate, and they got a lot of good heat. And they got all the wrestling moves.
They tell you how to do the moves. They teach you how to be a wrestler.
Yeah, I know. How to do a Young Bucks match.
We could really just deconstruct this because it's all like there's a certain irony to those guys, and that's part of their gimmick, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you met them?
I haven't met them in person. No, I have not met them in person.
They're interesting guys. I mean, I've seen them wrestle a bunch of times now. I saw them, not that pay-per-view. I wasn't there, but the one before it from Jacksonville against Eddie Kingston and Moxley. And it was like the second or third match on the show, and it was really pretty damn good. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So what can you say? I mean, if you think about it, it's kind of like the Ultimate Warrior thing, where a lot of people piss on the Ultimate Warrior, but then I will say, look at WrestleMania 5. He wrestled Rude. That might have been the first or second match, best match on the show, along with Warrior Savage. WrestleMania 6, clearly, Ultimate Warrior versus Hogan was the best match. And 7, pretty clearly Savage and Ultimate Warrior. If you take a look at the Young Bucks, the last 2 years, Young Bucks versus Kenny Omega and Adam Page on that February 29th pay-per-view, the last big wrestling show before the worldwide situation. And you look at this year, the match that you saw live against
Pentagon,
and the Lucha Brothers. So those are probably the two best tag team matches calendar year 2020 and 2021. And I don't know what the best tag match 2019 is. It might have been them as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can't say that they don't have good matches, even if you don't like them. But like I said, I'm starting to like them more as a heel team. This is exciting, buddy. What do we got here?
There's more.
Oh, jeez. You really set me up, man. Definitely have to meet up at Buc-ee's, and I'll get you a turkey sandwich or something. Let's see. The Sandman. Now, as you know, my sit down with Sandman.
These are all autographed, by the way. So.
Oh, it's awesome. Oh, yeah, I see that, man. Wow, you really set me up, bro. Thanks. Sandman.
Yeah.
I did a nice interview, my sit down with Sandman. What's this? This looks like Kurt Angle gimmick.
It's a milk carton.
Oh, that's great. That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, Kurt Angle. You just got to put it together.
that moment when he did the truck, that was great.
The milk on WWF. Yeah.
I'm going to actually sit there and read this tonight.
She's a Dairy Queen. That's autographed too. The Shivani book.
Wow, that's awesome.
It's that's not the full book. That's just an excerpt of it.
Like a promotional.
Like a promotional, but it's like a limited edition. And it's signed by Tony Schiavone. So
the artwork's really nice in there.
So that's about him, like joining AEW basically, or getting the fortitude to join AEW. I read it. It was okay. Yeah. I mean, I got his main book on, pretty much pre-order, so I'll be getting that.
Nice. He's Shivani's. I think Shivani. I mean, he's had a career resurgence. I think AEW's really helped him a lot.
Oh, and, yeah.
Easy-E, man.
Easy-E, Eric Bischoff, autograph.
Thanks. Yeah. Kind of makes up for when I went to the New England Wrestling Hall of Fame and he didn't show up. He had plane trouble. So that makes up for that. Thanks, man. Eric's a good-looking guy, man. I mean, he's probably 35 or 40 here in this photo.
He looked good back then, but right now he ain't looking so hot.
Yeah, he's a little jolly, but I mean, he's
really rugged now.
This guy, I use the term, he has a gas station face, and I mean that as a compliment. Mike Chioda.
Mike Chioda, yeah.
Chioda looks like he runs a gas station. Like he's like the guy that you trust with your truck or whatever.
Yeah, the kind of gas station that the guy would pump the gas for you. You just wait in your car.
Yeah.
He'd wash your window.
Right. Whatever problem with your car, good old Mike will help you. Oh, boy. This is the sweet spot for Jim Ross for me, buddy. 1992 era. I'm thinking that's like 88, somewhere between 88 and maybe 90, 91. That's old school WCW.
Early WCW, yeah. About 91. I'd say 90, 91, yeah.
Have you listened to his books on audio, or have you read any of Jim's books?
I have the Black Hat book.
And
I did get that autographed to me, but I have read some of it, and it's very good. He goes into very good detail. And he's very candid in person when you talk to him.
Yeah.
He'll hit you with truth bombs now. He ain't afraid.
He yelled at me in Mohegan Sun once when I was asking him for help to get a job with the WWE. He didn't want to do that, so he yelled at me in the middle of a casino. I'm over it. It's only been 15 years. Jerry the King Lawler. Of course, I have a sob story about the King. I once had an Andy Kaufman. The King, Jerry Lawler, had once illustrated a cartoon for like Inside Wrestling in like 1983 or 84. And I had a copy of it. And so when I saw Jerry Lawler at an autograph signing in Coventry, Rhode Island, I brought the copy and I wanted him to sign it for me. But he said that he didn't have a copy himself of the wrestling magazine with his artwork. So he took my address. He said he would autograph me a copy and send it to the mail, and he never did. But I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I think he used to do the cartoons in the old WWF magazine.
Yeah.
They used to have cartoons in them, and he actually was Oh yeah, Double J. Hey, that's my favorite era of Double J. I don't care what anybody says. I like that stupid little, his little outfit he had there. We had the Road Dogg with him.
Yeah.
That was my favorite era. I don't care.
94, 95.
Yeah.
Razor Ramon. When
Yeah.
he beat Razor Ramon 3 times for the Intercontinental title. I kind of like the 2000 WCW Jarrett. I thought he was one of the last best things at WCW. You know what I mean? Like one of the last guys to get over at WCW.
Mm-hmm.
Scotty D'Amore, Team Canada. He's a writer. He's behind the scenes. He's one of these guys that his name has come up a lot because he's such a behind the scenes force that the smarter marks, the smarter fans know that Scott D'Amore is really one of these behind the scenes guys.
Yeah, he's like running TNA now. So
you still watch TNA, Adam?
Only on YouTube.
I have a hard time with it too, buddy.
I don't get Access TV with what I got, so I got to watch on YouTube or Pluto TV. They had a channel. Oh yeah, that's nice. There's a Kurt Angle.
That's awesome, man. Thanks,
autograph sign. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Have you gotten his chicken sticks yet?
They're pretty disgusting.
Oh, really?
And
sorry,
but I did ask him a question, and he called me a sick son of a what.
What'd you ask him?
I went up to him and asked him. I said, when that famous angle on SmackDown where you ran back to the backstage to check on your good friend Stephanie, and she was on the couch.
Yeah.
And you kissed her. I said, did it taste like Slim Jims?
Oh, Jesus. Wow. Shit. No, that's funny.
Oh my God! He just said, "Man, you." It was so funny.
Snap into it. Yeah. Well, then this next two, I've already seen the next one, but there's Tony once again. Yep. Tony Schiavone. But this next one is really a real tearjerker because this goes back to my youth, buddy. 88 Great American Bash, 89 Great American Bash.
There he is.
Crockett.
David Crockett, autograph. Photo.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. I really appreciate that, buddy, because that means a lot. Because he's just, oh my God, Brucey.
I don't know. Yeah. Oh, and you got a Bruce Pritchard. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know where you're gonna have to go somewhere and get all these frames for these pictures.
Yeah, I'm going to do that too. I'm going to get an album or a bunch of frames for him. Now this is the coup de grace. I'm glad I'm seeing this last because this is over the top, man. This is great. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's the whole family there. Yep.
That's great. Thanks. I'm just looking at them because me and my friends in New England and yourself, and there's so many have got, not to make it jerk fest, but I mean the hours of listening enjoyment with these guys is incredible. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like Bruce Pritchard, his show was the first one I started getting into, and I'd always do a search for Schiavone. I said, well, where the hell is this guy? With all these podcasts, he's not doing a podcast? And
right.
one day I was searching, and then boom, there it popped up, episode 3, I think. And I started listening from then on. My favorite episode is that early on one was my year in the WWF. That's a
great one.
My favorite episode. So,
what's your favorite of all his podcasts? Like, what's your favorite?
I like the Schiavone one. I think I'm hearing a genuine truth from Schiavone when he talks about things. I don't think he's covering up too much for the boys.
Yeah, that's a good point.
There should be one other item in that bag.
No, I got 2.
Oh yeah.
I got the Jim, the Tony. I already showed that before, but that's great. And
freshly squeezed. Oh yes. So yeah, I thought about that. I said, well, next time he goes to that burger place.
Yeah, right. I think Jim Ross lives about 10 minutes from here. I keep hoping to bump into him, but this is the Grilling JR, the Jim Ross all-purpose seasoning. I really appreciate that. I don't know if this is the new mix or the old mix. Either way, I'm looking forward to it.
He's been talking. New mix.
That's the new mix. Okay, great. He lives like in Jackson. Like he lives basically in where I'm at right now. He lives somewhere around here. So
yeah, he has a condo somewhere over there. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've seen Pillman Jr. around here a couple of times, but I haven't seen Jim Ross.
Yeah, I had a memorable interaction with Pillman Jr. at the event. He was there, and he was outside talking to, I guess, one of the blonde hair girls or something from AEW. I don't know who it was. But anyway, he was out there smoking a little something.
Sure.
But I had a poster from the old WCW magazines. It was of his dad and Steve when they won the championship belts. So it was a fold out poster from the magazine, and I gave it to him, and I said, here's something. I said, here's something, your dad, when he was in the business, this is a vintage poster, and he took it and he said he really appreciated it. So
he's a good guy. I saw him tweet last night. They talked about this Arn Anderson promo with the Glock, and Pillman Jr. tweeted, "Wonder if Glock, Arn, and Pillman 9mm teamed up. Wouldn't that be great?" And I don't know if Brian Jr. knows everything that his dad did in the wrestling business, because he did a lot. Mm-hmm. So some people are saying, "Oh yeah, Pillman and Arn would have been a great tag team." And I'm like, they were a tag team. They tag teamed at least 2 or 3 times on TV. And so I dug up that Pillman and Arn versus Flair and Sting from a Nitro, and they had the Halloween Havoc tag team match too.
I think they were on the Clash of Champions too, like one of the early clashes, or around, or maybe Clash 25, maybe something like that. I think, but anyway, I think they were tag team on there.
They were in the Horsemen together briefly.
I mean, people laugh at me all the time, but I say, my favorite wrestling match or WCW match, everybody laughs at me, but I say it was Clash 27. It was Steve Austin versus Johnny B. Bad for the U.S. title.
Wow, that's an interesting choice.
And it's big, and I picked this match. It was my favorite match. I had Conrad and Tony actually commentated for it because they watched it and commentated about it and stuff. But it was a defining moment because after Steve dropped the belt to Johnny B. Bad, he cheated in the match or whatever, but after he dropped the belt, the very next segment is Hulk Hogan coming to WCW. That's the when he had the parade at Disney.
Yeah,
and he shows up right after that. So you had a passing of the ships, a passing of the night. Steve Austin goes to ECW. Hulk Hogan comes into WCW.
This is like June. I want to say this is May or June of '94.
Yeah, that's right.
Because that was headlined by the Sting Flair unification match.
That's right. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I remember that. And the best thing about that match, the Flair Sting, was Sherry Martel.
Yeah, that's right. Who's Sherry's man?
Right.
And who's she gonna go with?
She's one of my favorite women wrestlers. Her and Medusa.
She really elevated Shawn Michaels. She really made Shawn Michaels who he became, I thought.
I think you're right, buddy. I getting a little bit of an echo here, so we'll have to have you on again to talk more wrestling when I have the home studio set up.
Yeah, me too. Right.
But man, this has been fun. Adam, is there anything you want to plug for yourself or any of your associates? I feel bad for your buddy's T-shirt shop because I think he had skills, but I appreciate you sending me all this stuff, man, and I'm going to get you a nice receipt somehow. We'll have to meet up at Buc-ee's and talk shop in person. But anything you want to plug or say to the world of subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel or the wrestling world or anything at all, go ahead.
Well, just listen to WHW Monday with Tony Schiavone. Sometimes he talks bad about me on there, but it's a mutual thing. We're buddies, but. Friends can talk crap about friends,
Sure.
and so listen to that. Listen to I guess I'll plug. Listen to Wrestling Soup if you.
Mish is his name. Mish
Anthony Missionary Thompson. I used to support. I was an early supporter of the Don Tony Kevin Castle show way back in the day before they got big.
Right.
And Kevin Castle's a real good friend of mine, and Anyway, but
we debate on Twitter all the time, me and Castle, and I like Kevin, and he and I and another subscriber, Johnny Z, they're like the two WWE guys, and I'm the AEW guy, so we have a friendly running debate, and I feel bad that they've done Karrion Kross so dirty. And I know Kevin's a big fan of Karrion Kross, so I'm sure that hurts his feelings.
A little bit, yeah. But hey, he says that he's gonna keep his head down and keep soldiering on in the Vince empire.
I think sometimes for me, Adam, I feel that fans that have grown up strictly with WWE Empire and weren't around for the territory days, they feel like it's anti-establishment or anti-American to like something beyond Vince. To me, it's the exact opposite, because it used to be all these wonderful territories, the AWA, World Class, Mid-South, Continental. So to me, to have Impact Wrestling, AEW, challenging, so to speak, WWE, even if it's to some levels, different degrees, that's the way it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be a monolith. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when I was really little, I used to go to Mobile, Alabama, and watch Mid-South wrestling. That's where I kind of grew up with my grandma. My grandma used to take me to Mid-South, and then when I moved to Florida, Central Florida, I'd watch Florida Championship Wrestling in the armories. They'd come to all the armories, and just south of Jacksonville, I used to watch them.
So did you see like Wyndham and Luger in person?
I saw Luger in person. I saw Sting in person.
Oh, wow.
Flair in person back then, and it was Sting used to come out before the shows and like pick a kid,
right,
and it would paint their face like with his Sting makeup, before the show, and then and just make usually like a handicapped kid or something like that he'd pick and just do the artwork. I always thought that was cool.
Oh, that is cool, man. And did you ever go to one of those Battle of the Belt shows, one of those super shows?
I didn't go to any of the super shows, but just when they came to my town, they would run my town, and then they would go and do the big show in Daytona Beach. So it would be my town would be the setup, and then Daytona Beach would be the the main show.
Was Jimmy Jack Funk there at all?
I don't remember him being there. No, I don't know.
Okay.
Jim Cornette was there. Cornette was there.
Okay, cool. I'm thinking this is like 87, 88.
88.
Yeah. This is kind of the very end of Florida wrestling.
Yeah, but right, and when WCW was kind of coming in and gobbling things up. Yeah.
So they were right at the tail end.
Mm-hmm.
And Rotundo was like the last Florida champion, and then he gave it to Rick Steiner and so on and so forth. So I remember those days. Yeah.
Mr. Wonderful, I think, was down here for a little bit.
Really?
Paul Orndorff, yeah.
Interesting.
For a little bit. Mm-hmm.
Oh, he was great. I was actually going to do a video of the top wrestling moves from the 80s, and Orndorff's pile driver was contending in my mind for the #1 list. I'm getting chomped up by mosquitoes here, bro.
Okay, all right. Hey.
Anything else you want to plug? I don't want to cut you off, so go ahead. If there's anything else, go ahead.
You're all right. If you want to listen to a political kind of show or whatever, No Agenda Show with Adam Curry and John C. Dvorak, noagendashow.com. We have our own network. We're independent of third-party sites, so we have our own infrastructure and everything. So just come by and support us. noagendashow.com. So.
I went to that website before we get on the air, so that's cool, man. You had another one up, but it seemed like the other website hasn't been busy in a while. It's like a blog type of thing.
Yeah, maybe so. But hey, if those mosquitoes are bothering you, go in JCPenney's or something and get some Skin So Soft. That's the old Southern trick. Skin So Soft spray. Spray that on you. You will never have a mosquito bite.
Nice. Awesome, Adam. Well, man, I want to thank you so much, bro. We're going to meet up, and this should be a good lesson for all the subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel viewers. Keep me happy. Keep me motivated. I really appreciate it, man. Really appreciate it. Say hi to everybody for me, and we'll meet up in person sometime, bro. Thank you.
Maybe a Jacksonville show.
Sounds good. Now coming back in December between Christmas and New Year's. Thanks, brother.
All right, buddy.
Have a great night. Thank you. Okay, folks, what a great guy. Adam DeMouy from noagendashow.com, supplying me, Mike, with all these wonderful gifts, thanking me for all the hard work that I do. So I'm expecting Shane McKenna and Carl and all the other great people, Jay Baca, to all fall in line and do this. The women, you can send me personal items if you like. But Adam, man, that's really great, man. Adam even bought my book, Distance from Avalon, When the Dying and the Dead Reunite. So I'm sure that everyone here is going to buy that book immediately. Well, this has been a great night. Really cheered me up. Subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel. Thanks to Adam DeMouy for this wonderful interactive What's in the Box.